She stood at the edge of despair, and a stranger's hand pulled her back to life. This isn't just a story. It's a testament to how a single moment, a single act of kindness, can rewrite a future. Let's call her Sarah. The city lights glittered below, but for Sarah, they were just blurry reminders of a world she no longer felt part of. The weight on her shoulders was immense, a cocktail of loss, loneliness, and the crushing belief that she was a burden. The railing of the bridge felt cold under her hands, a stark contrast to the turmoil burning inside. Every car that sped past was a ghost, oblivious to the silent battle being waged just feet away. She closed her eyes, took a deep breath, and prepared to let go. That's when she felt it. A gentle but firm hand on her shoulder. "Hey," a soft voice said. "It's a pretty view from up here, isn't it? But it's getting chilly. How about we go grab a hot chocolate?" Sarah's eyes shot open. Standing beside her was a man, probably in his late 20s, with kind eyes and a disarmingly warm smile. He wasn't a police officer, not a paramedic. He was just a person. Let's call him Alex. He wasn't asking questions, not judging. He was just offering a simple, human connection. A hot chocolate. It sounded so absurd, so mundane, in the face of her monumental despair. But it was that very absurdity that cut through the noise in her head. For the first time in what felt like forever, someone saw her. Not her problems, not her pain, but a person who might be cold and might like a hot chocolate. She didn't say yes, not right away. She couldn't find the words. But she didn't say no, either. She just stood there, frozen, as Alex continued to talk in that same calm, gentle tone. He spoke about his day, a funny thing his dog did, the terrible traffic. He didn't pry or demand an explanation. He just filled the silence with ordinary life, weaving a lifeline of normalcy that slowly, carefully, pulled her back from the edge. Finally, she let him guide her away from the railing. They walked to a small, old-night cafe a few blocks away. The warmth of the place hit her first, followed by the rich smell of coffee and cocoa. It felt like stepping into another world. They sat at a small table, and Alex ordered 2 large hot chocolates with extra whipped cream. As they waited, the silence returned, but this time it wasn't heavy or oppressive. It was comfortable. When the drinks arrived, Sarah wrapped her hands around the warm mug, letting the heat seep into her frozen fingers. She took a sip. It was sweet, rich, and ridiculously comforting. She looked up at Alex, who was just watching her with that same patient kindness. "Why?" she finally managed to whisper, her voice hoarse. Alex smiled softly. "A few years ago," he began, "I was where you were, not on that exact bridge, but on an edge of my own. I felt like I was screaming into a void, and nobody could hear me. Then someone, a complete stranger, stopped. They didn't have all the answers. They didn't fix my life. They just sat with me and shared their fries. They showed me I wasn't invisible." He took a sip of his own hot chocolate. "I promised myself that if I ever saw someone looking like they were screaming into the void, I'd stop and offer them a hot chocolate." Sarah listened, tears welling up in her eyes. But these weren't the tears of despair she'd felt on the bridge. They were tears of relief, of gratitude, of a profound and overwhelming sense of connection. In a world that had felt so cold and isolating, a stranger had shared his warmth. He hadn't tried to solve her problems. He had simply shared his humanity. This story isn't about a magical fix. Sarah's problems didn't vanish with a cup of cocoa. The road ahead was long and difficult. After they finished their drinks, Alex helped her find a number for a 24-hour mental health hotline. He waited with her while she made the call. He didn't leave until he knew she was in safe hands, connected with people who could provide the professional help she needed. That night was the beginning of her recovery, not the end of her struggle. There was therapy, support groups, and the hard work of rebuilding her life, piece by piece. There were good days and bad days, but she never stood on that bridge again. What this story truly highlights is the incredible power we all hold, the power of intervention. We often think that helping someone in a crisis requires special training or a grand gesture. We worry about saying the wrong thing, about making it worse. So, we stay silent. We walk by, But what Sarah and Alex's story teaches us is that sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is the simplest. It's noticing. It's reaching out. It's offering a moment of your time, a kind word, or a hot chocolate. You don't need to be a hero. You just need to be human. When you see someone struggling, you don't have to have the perfect words. You can just say, "Are you okay?" Or "I'm here if you want to talk." Or even, "It looks like you're having a tough day." Your presence alone can be a powerful signal that they are not invisible, that someone cares. It can be the interruption that breaks the cycle of negative thoughts, the anchor that keeps them from drifting away. And if you are the one feeling like you're on the edge, please hear this. You are not invisible. Your pain is real, but it is not the end of your story. There are people who want to help. There are strangers who will offer you a hot chocolate, and there are professionals who can guide you toward healing. Reaching out is a sign of incredible strength, not weakness. There are resources available right now. You can call or text a crisis line, and someone will be there to listen, just like Alex was there for Sarah. The world can often feel like a collection of strangers passing in the night. But every once in a while, one of those strangers stops, and in that one small moment, a life can be saved. A future can be rewritten. We all have the capacity to be that person for someone else. We just have to be willing to see, to stop, and to offer our hand. Let's try to be a world with more Alices in it. Let's look out for each other. Thank you so much for watching and for letting me share this story with you. If you or someone you know is struggling, please know that help is available and you are not alone. We'll leave some resources in the description below. Take care of yourselves and each other. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that matter. See you next time.